Hi everyone, welcome back to the channel and a new video on Farming Simulator 25. Well, we've got a few fields to harvest today, but the weather's not looking great at the moment, so what we're going to do is just take the combine up to the farm where the fields are and just park it up for now and come back to this later on in the video because obviously we're not going to be harvesting in this weather. So yeah, I'm just driving up to the farm. We've got two rice paddy fields to harvest plus a smaller sorghum field, so not very big fields, all of them are fairly small. But they do need to be done, so I'll get the combine in the area so that we're not too far to go with it, and we can get that done when the rain stops. We do have plenty of other jobs to do in the meantime, so there's no major problem with that. We just have to wait. I think the forecast is showing that the rain should be gone around about 1 or 2 in the afternoon, so we've got a few hours. Obviously we're on time scale though, so it won't be 6 hours in real time, or whatever, 4 or 5 hours anyway. Yeah, it's not going to take too long, then we should be able to get on with harvesting. So, where are we going to put this? I think I'll just park it in the main yard area for now. Shouldn't be too much in the way there. Will do. So, yeah, we'll leave that there for now, and we'll move on to one of the other jobs. So, we've got the lime production still running. If you saw that in one of the previous episodes, I did get my lime production up and running. I've been loading it out with the telehandler though because these conveyors are sort of set up to do the cement factory, and I don't really want to change it all, although they are a bit in the way. It's not ideal this. I don't know whether I can try and temporarily move this out of the way a bit more because they are causing a bit of an issue being so close. I don't know whether I can just lift this one by hand. For some reason it doesn't want, I mean it's a good thing, but it doesn't want to get out of the pit, because when we do need to use it, it needs to be obviously in front of the pit, but at the same time I'd rather use the telehandler to load the lime production, because we don't need as much stone for this. And it would be a bit of a hassle having to rearrange all the conveyors every time, so we're just going to do the telehandler for that. This is better, yeah, I've got a bit more access now, I've moved that out of the way. So just do a few scoops of stone across to the lime production, so make sure we've got plenty of lime in storage for when we need it, when the fields need the lime spreading on them, which potentially could be very soon, depending on whether they need them after harvest or not, because the main lot of fields to harvest are coming up very soon. In October I would imagine is most of them, because it's sunflowers, soybeans and sugar beet. They're the three main crops that we've currently got in the ground, other than the sorghum and the rice that we're going to harvest today. So yeah, there's a potential for all of those, or some of those fields to need lime spreading on them, so we need to stock up now while we don't need it, and then when we do need it we'll have a supply of lime to go at. We won't have to worry about buying any. Although, to be honest, we'll probably have most of the winter to sort the fields out, because we won't be drilling much more at this time of year. We've done the canola drilling, we might do some wheat, but that'll probably be about it until the spring, so yeah, there's no major rush to get the lime spreading done, but it's always good to have a supply of lime for when we do need it. So when I've finished moving these stones across to the production, I'm going to spread the two canola fields with fertiliser. Those two fields both need fertiliser, so I'll get the spreader on and spread those two with fertiliser. And yeah, I'll probably start a time lapse now actually, and we'll get on with that once I finish moving these stones across. So unfortunately it's still raining a bit, so what we're going to do is, the sawmill could do with a bit more wood, so we'll get some more trees cut and brought over to the sawmill. And also it's a reasonably good price at the moment at the dairy for selling the buffalo mozzarella and goat's cheese, so we might do that. It's not essential because it does increase a bit more in January, but September is the second highest month for price, so we might do that. Just have to see about what, on time really. Obviously if the rain stops we'll get on with the harvesting, but I'm just trying to think of jobs really that we can do while we wait for the rain to stop. And we do have some more sawmill products of course, as always, so we can always get them taken to the temple at the same time. We'll use the flatbed to move the pallets of dairy products. So yeah, plenty to do. We're not out of work, that's for sure. There's always jobs to do, but I'm just, obviously the priority is the harvest when the weather allows, which it doesn't at the moment. But I imagine it will stop raining pretty soon. The cloud has appeared on the forecast at the top right, so that should it means that the rain should stop fairly soon. So hopefully that'll happen. Right, so we'll cut a few more trees in this area. This is our new forest area that we bought. The oak trees I planted are still not fully grown yet, so there's not much point cutting those just now. The only trouble is with these trees, they're not very big, so you don't get much wood out of each one, which means you have to bring a lot more trees back. You have to cut a lot more trees and bring a lot more back to make up the same amount as just bringing one oak tree in, so that's the downside of it. But I'll get on with doing a few of these trees now, filling up the sawmill a bit more, and come back to you in a bit. That's the sawmill filled up now, and as you can see the rain has stopped, which is excellent, which means we can get on with our harvesting. So we're going to start with the rice, I think, as we're closest to that. Let's find the combine, there it is. Yeah, we'll jump on the combine and get the rice harvesting done. Just trying to work out the best place to get the header on, really, because it's not exactly ideal around here. It's all a bit tight. I'm trying not to block anything else in as well. It should be alright just there for now. When we've done the sorghum harvest, or even one of the rice fields, we'll be able to park the header trailer on that field and that'll keep it out of the way until it gets planted again in the spring. But for now, yeah, it's I suppose actually we are close to the sorghum field. Maybe we should start with the sorghum field then. Change of plan. Let's start with this one. We're going to get them all done today anyway, so it doesn't really matter which one we start with. Yeah, I'll start with this one. set up our steering guidance, steering assistance, and we'll make a start on the harvesting. See, all these fields are very small, they're not very big fields at all really, so even though we're doing 3 fields, it's only going to take us, well, in real time probably about 20 minutes, 25 minutes to do all 3 fields, I don't know. But yeah, anyway, I'll get on with this now. We're going to be dry for the rest of the day by the looks of the forecast, which is good. So I'll get on with this, shouldn't have any interruptions, and I'll come back to you when it's done. Right, so there we go, all 3 fields have now been harvested, didn't take too long, and we're going to unload the long grain rice into this small truck here and take it down to the oil mill where it can be processed into rice oil, and we'll get a bit more money for it that way rather than just selling it off the field, even though the price at the moment is its best, I think, but even so we're still going to take it down there. Oh wow, how much is left in the combine then? Normally that completely fills it. Oh, 39 litres. Well, that's interesting because this year I actually forgot to water them 1 month, and some of the patches died, and we got more than last time, which was when I did water it every month, which is a bit weird. Last year, if you can remember, I don't know which episode it was, but if you look back, last time I harvested these 2 paddy fields, the total amount I'm sure came to less than what this truck holds. I'm sure it did. I can't be imagining that. I'm sure it was less. I'm sure nothing has changed, no difference. It still was fully fertilised and everything last year and this year. The only difference was this year that there wasn't enough water, or I just was delayed in turning on the water. So that's weird because there were a few little dead patches this year which there wasn't last year. And I'm sure last year it wasn't a full load. I'm sure it wasn't. I don't know. I need to go back and check that. Maybe somebody can go back and check and let me know in the comments. But I could have sworn that last time it was like almost a full load. It was like 80% or something, 90% full. And this year it's more than a full load. Because I'm on 100% and there's still 39 litres in the combine. Although those 39 litres are not even worth doing anything with. I don't think. I don't really want to make this trip again for 39 litres. But yeah. Anyway, I'm not complaining, it's a good thing, because I've got more than what I was expecting. But if I'd known, I'd have used the other trailer just so I could get everything in, rather than almost everything. Anyway, we're almost at the oil mill now, so we're going to tip this load and activate the long grain rice oil production. And we'll get a few more pallets of oil to sell. The rice pallets are at their best though in, I think it's late spring, so it'll be a while before we sell this and get the money. But we will get more money doing this than if we just sold it now. So we'll get that tipping and then we'll activate the production. So oil mill, where's that? There it is. Long grain rice, activate. So we've got 7,600 litres in there to process into oil. Canola oil is still running, it's got 19,000 litres left to do. I don't know whether that'll be done by November or not, it might be. And then we'll be selling the canola oil, which is all here. There'll be quite a few more pallets though to spawn. Oh, some of them are sunflower from last year, so they'll have to be put to one side and then sold in February. But we've got some more sunflowers to harvest fairly soon. And the canola pallets, they'll be sold very soon in November, so that'll be another nice bit of income coming in. I'll get back to the field now. We've got the sorghum to tip in the silo. That'll be used probably for the chicken feed, although we may sell it and do some wheat instead. Not too sure yet. I've gone the wrong way again. This is a one-way system, so we need to go back round and down the other road to get back. So I'll get back to the yard now and get that sorted out and come back to you in a bit. Right, so there we go. That is the milk, buffalo milk taken down to the dairy there, and we've also got the all the combine stuff put away and sorted out there. Just while that fills up though with water, I'm just going to water the greenhouse and the mushroom production. A few of you keep pointing out there's this tree here. It really doesn't bother me. I don't mind it because it's actually not growing in the building exactly. It's growing in the ground still. I know some of you don't like it. I think it looks okay. It's obviously not ideal, but it's not actually a major issue. It's not growing through the building as such. It's sort of growing in a gap within the building. So that's why I left it. I didn't think it looked too bad, but I keep getting complaints about it, so let's get the chainsaw out. We'll put it into the sawmill and we'll remove the tree from this location. There we go. So now I'll stop hopefully receiving comments saying please remove the tree from the building. I think that's the only one. There might be another one in the other building, I'm not sure, but yeah, this is the one I have noticed, and the reason I left it, like I say, was because it wasn't really bothering me, but apparently it was bothering a few people, so let's remove it and put it in the sawmill. And there we go, so that can now make us a bit more money on the planks, will it tell? One of them went, but that one didn't. So let's just try and make it fall over properly. Oh, that'll do. There we go. So there's a bit of a pile there for the sawmill to process when it has the space, and we'll get the pallets and stuff loaded up next time, I think, and sold, and also the dairy products. We'll try and remember to do that next time in September before we move on, but I may forget. I don't know. Was there another tree that was annoying people? Oh, there's this one here, isn't there, going through the back? That is more of an issue. That one. That is the sort of thing I don't like. The other one wasn't particularly bothering me, but this one, yeah, I can see why you don't like this one. Let's get rid of that one as well. And I'll try and remove the stump. when it goes red it lets you just remove the sun, but it's not always easy to get the sweet spot. Is that it? I think it might be under the ground, so it's... yeah, there we go, that's got it. Okay, so that's one more tree to take to the sawmill. These are really light, they can be carried by hand. There's no wood in them really particularly, but you might as well get rid of them in the sawmill rather than keeping them here. So that should tidy the yard up a bit more, and hopefully everyone that was not happy about them will now not have to worry about it anymore. There we go. Is that everything? If there's another one, let me know, but I think that's all of the annoying trees gone. Or the ones that were annoying people. That's not an issue, is it, that one? That's okay, that's growing outside of the chicken coop there, so that's fine. And the one that was growing through the back wall there is gone. So yeah, I think we're all good. Right, the tanker should be full by now, so we'll just quickly get the watering done before I forget. Almost forgot to do that. So got preoccupied with doing the trees that I forgot about doing the watering. So we'll do the mushrooms first, and then we'll just empty the rest into the greenhouse, and then that'll do. It's really actually very heavy when it's full, this tanker. There's a lot of weight in it with all this water. Let's try and get in the trigger. The mushrooms, there we go, I can see it. So we'll unload that, that doesn't take much. And then the rest will go into the greenhouse. Let's see if we can spin around here. It's quite tight. There we go. So yeah, we'll just slowly make our way back over to the greenhouse, and we'll get this unloading. I do wish this wasn't such a steep slope just here. I don't know whether there's a way of sort of smoothing it a bit. I haven't tried since I installed a mod that allows you to smooth ground a bit better, but I won't do that now. I'll save that for another time if I decide to do that. But yeah, you can tell it's not very happy about it. Look at the wheel. Anyway, there we go. So I think we'll leave the video there. I really hope you enjoyed today's episode. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you again in the next one.